Good morning, Leo. Happy February. It's morning here. Didn't get much sleep last night. So this is my February mid-month reading, also my Valentine's Day reading. And I'm using the Tarot Sexual Magic and also the Romance Angels Oracle deck. There's some information below as well for contests I'm holding for this month and next month, my birthday month. So I'll be choosing names for 2 free one question readings and a deck of oracle cards. So 3 prizes there. Eight of Swords, Five of Swords, Temperance, Queen of Swords. Lots of swords, Leo. So lots of mental energy. But then we have a Temperance card. 3 of Swords, okay. Lots of swords. Three of Pentacles. And the Hermit. So you might be off to yourself at the moment, kind of working on your own stuff, trying to find balance, and trying to make sense of something that's happening. Your overall theme is the Hermit. And behind that, we have the King of Swords, which is the mate for your queen. And then the Ten of Pentacles. So perhaps there's some sort of disruption in the set, and it's brought you to reflect mentally. But with the Temperance card serving as the most positive card here, it's kind of what needs to happen. And I think people overlook the Temperance card, but when it's kind of an ideal card and what you want in your life, because you want to balance all factors in your life. And when you reach a temperance-like state, you'll be more able to manifest like the magician. So if you can find balance with your work, love life, and everything else, then you'll have more gifts appearing in your life. And where Saturn is in Capricorn now, people are saying kind of everything you did, I think the last 23, 28 years, starts coming back to you in different ways. So you're very reflective on the past and past heartbreak and past romance, and it's kind of made you a bit of a recluse, and you're looking at other situations and other people at the same time, because here's the Hermit here, and he sits alone, but then he's kind of seeing what he doesn't have. And the Queen of Swords here is looking at her lover's portrait and is very kind of honest and true about what went down, and kind of needs this time to reflect. So patterns. It's kind of a karmic time where old patterns kind of have to go, and Temperance is going to kind of call you on your bullshit and kind of wants you to find that balance, because you're not gaining what you need in your life, because you're going the two positive cards here on the end, like the Three of Pentacles, which is, in my opinion, hard energy to move. But once you are able to do so, you'll have a lot of positive benefits in your life. But everything's kind of looking back at the past as well. So for the Romance Angel Oracle deck, we have trust. The situation is calling you to have faith. So whatever you need to make yourself, like if prayer makes you feel better or hanging out with friends, reflecting in a positive way will always have more of a positive outcome. I know it's hard to look at maybe something that was so hurtful and find forgiveness, especially when with the Three of Swords, like we have Queen of Swords, Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles. So this can be someone's life work or maybe life story, but there's a Three of Swords here in the middle, and you're reflecting, and she's looking at all this in a truthful way. So there's a lot of hurt here, and maybe, and it can be very hard energy to move, especially if somebody meant to do you harm in a way, like, you know, they said they weren't going to do it or blah, blah, blah. But you know what I mean? Like when somebody, you know, when somebody means to hurt you and is doing something selfishly. So you're kind of reflecting and you're clearing out that energy, but it is kind of difficult energy. And all the signs are going through this, but some are going through it later than others, Leo. And as a Leo too, you're a very proud sign. So maybe it's not as easy that. I really don't know how to fix these. I need a new recording device soon. It's really hard for you sometimes where we can be so proud to look outside of yourself and kind of see where all the blame lies, because a lot of times people are willing participants to their own kind of demise, right? You kind of knew something was up, but you still went with it, right? So, because here she is in purple, but kind of here's this woman in purple here spying too and seeing what's going on, right? But there's that, but we had this. What about this? Right? So there's a lot of, and Five of Swords is very like combative, conflictive, mental energy. So maybe somebody's kind of like stirred you up, maybe on purpose, or it, and the Eight of Swords is kind of not sure which way to go or way to move, unsure. And then we have Pan, which is like a sneaky kind of influence as well, and indicative of kind of the Devil card as well. So we have trust here. Express your love. Go ahead and make a romantic gesture. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Wow. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So those are kind of conflicting messages. So maybe you're looking back at the past at something else, and there's something present to you that you're not really noticing because you've become a hermit. Four of Cups, right? So I'll just split the deck. Four of Cups, I do have a video on this, is not noticing a soulmate relationship. And it's kind of that person that was in the woodwork all around the scenes, but you never paid attention to them and kind of always had a positive influence, or always was helping you out maybe in some way that you never really noticed, or like because you're so stuck on these 3 cups in front of you that there is a divine cup waiting from you, like the Ace of Cups, but you can't really pick up on it because you're not there. So Spirit's kind of asking you to go over what has happened in the past so you can move from a 3 of Swords to a 3 of Pentacles kind of feeling, and balance your emotions with this Temperance card. And kind of this is what you want to be. You might know who this person is because it's asking you to express your love and make an effort. And it's also asking you to trust how you feel. So this is probably an overwhelming situation. Fool. So a new beginning, a new start. The Fool's kind of walking by here while these kind of people are at it. And I think he's just kind of done with the whole whatever mess scene and is kind of starting to do his own thing. Ooh, I have a flipped card. The 7 of Cups. So you might have choices as well. I'd say possibly 4 with the 4 of Cups here. But there is a right choice to make. And that might take time to figure out who that is. But there are people presenting themselves to you, but it's really hard to see with all this mental energy. So that kind of have to go, is the thing. And the Sun. So the Sun comes out to end your reading, and that's kind of the most positive, happiest outcome you can have. Right? So here she is. She's balanced all of her emotions, and then she can move on and be this with somebody who's right and build something, and then have that, I believe the 10 of Pentacles came up as well, and then have that 10 of Pentacles, right, with the King of Swords, right? So it could be an air sign. It could be somebody who's kind of going through the same thing too. A lot of mental energy. So if it's an air sign, it's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, so I think it's kind of like, it's a weird month. Things are kind of a bit like you're in your head a lot. I would work with what comes and kind of try to transmute it into positive energy. And because what comes out of February should be positive. And when you're able to balance your emotions, you're able to manifest in your life. So then you become the Magician, which is a very powerful position to be in. And then you can kind of have your cake and eat it too, right? You can have whatever you want, and you have options. You clearly do have different types of, because there's differing energies here and here. So there are options, but you kind of, it's hard to see right now because you're still in your head. Anyway, that's all I have for you, Leo, for Valentine's Day. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe. Contest information is below. And happy Valentine's Day. I'll see you in March. Take care.